Welcome back to the Advanced Warfare Pro League. Mr. X joined by Swanee. I know some technical difficulties trying to join the game. Swan made it in. I didn't, so we're just going to show you Apthy's perspective. And, going into this third hill, they're already up FaZe 61-30. Swan, just a very good start from the guys from FaZe.
I mean, for people who didn't manage to catch the first few hard points, basically what happened was Denial have made a pretty good comeback on the third hill, but the first and second, it was pretty much FaZe all the way. You know, they managed to keep the pressure on them, get a perfect rotation from first to second, and that set them up nicely.
Right, well, that's kind of what you want. You know, that first hill, you just want to hold spawn. You just want to do garbage time. You really don't want to push it too hard because you don't want to lose that back turtle spawn, that back turtle statue. And I think, the fourth hill, that bottom hill, you can hold some time on. Then, like we talked about while watching that Justice game, that fifth hill up top by those steps, you can take tons of time over there. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, I think the most important rotation on this map is from fourth to fifth. So just making sure you hold spawns for this fourth hill. And as you can see at the minute, Denial are being more successful in holding the spawns and milking the time.
Yeah, right now it looks like Apthy, he's even going to get a change of class. He's going to rock an extra bal. I think you kind of have to play off the other team in a way that if they're rocking 3 ASM1s and, 1 bal, you kind of have to match. I think if you're going to rock more bals, it's going to make your team a little bit slower. It's going to hurt your pushes. Apthy just going to kind of hang out, watch the middle, and it's just a great hold for FaZe. They're just racking up the time. And this is the Denial that you don't know when you're going to see the good Denial, but this is the Denial we've been seeing lately, and they're just way too up and down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite surprised actually that FaZe are using 2 bals on this map. I thought given that their aggressive playstyle, they'd go for 3 SMGs, but
yeah, I think with I think Sensor and I believe it's going to be Aches are going to be rocking ASM1s primarily, and then you're going to see Apthy switch back and forth like you are now, and then I think Slasher primarily is going to be rocking that bal. Slasher, I thought, probably the MVP of that Columbus Open event, just played phenomenal in that last series. Really, kind of led FaZe to that victory. Obviously, knows a team effort. Everybody played great, but I mean, Slasher's consistency has been something it's a little bit surprising. Swan.
I mean, especially given he's not the most experienced of players. Before that event, I mean, I think he came, what was it, second at the playoffs?
Yeah, so Season 3 with Noble, that he got second, but before that, I wouldn't say he was completely unknown. Noble had a pretty good run with him, but before that, not a player that a lot of people had on their radar.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard to call, to be honest, at the minute, this game, because, as you said, it's just back and forth each hill. Nobody's really had full control of a hill, and that's why it's so close.
Yeah, it's pretty close right now. It looks like, though, FaZe is going to have control over this top hill, and they're going to have all the spawns. You see 4 kills in the kill feed in a row for FaZe. And one thing I want to note is that Apthy rocking that double EXO ability, I think that's something we're going to start seeing more as more people rocking that EXO trophy, because Swan, stuns on this game are so prevalent because it's very difficult with that perk 3 setup to run a hardwire, so you can't really stop them besides using trophy.
Yeah, one thing I have noticed, it's becoming more and more prevalent, the overclock, overcharge and the trophy combo, it's very useful for players, not just that, but people like Sensor who, get in the hill all the time, and they're the ones subjected to the stuns the most.
Yeah, I think for the objective player, it's definitely a must, I think, at this point, the EXO trophy. But I think that's what's great about Advanced Warfare is there's so many different options to use. I mean, Ghost, primarily everybody rocked the same loadout. It's pretty standard, Vector and all that other stuff. But on this game, we see, multiple guns being used, different perks, different EXO ability setups. It's just a great thing to see.
I mean, just to note as well, the scoreboard, just how badly FaZe are outslaying them at the moment. Slasher's on 31 kills already. He's probably going to get a 60 bomb at this rate. Yeah, Aches is following it up with 29.
Yeah, I mean, at this rate, through the first rotation of hills, you have 30 kills. That's a pretty good game right there from Slasher. Obviously, he didn't play last night. Hugh filled in, but Slasher, not a slouch himself online. I mean, the guy is just a monster.
I mean, it's exactly what you'd expect from him as well, and that's his role in the team. Aches has said numerous times that all he wants him to do is just kill.
Yeah, I think that's how you kind of play with a player like Slasher. you make it as, obviously he's not as experienced as the other 3. Sensor, Aches, and Apthy. 3 players who've just been around forever. Been in championship matches, played at COD champs numerous times. Slasher, I think he's most comfortable slaying. So I think you just kind of tell him, hey, do whatever you got to get as many kills as you can get, and we'll figure it out from there.
Apathy's just sent Saints flying with that punch there, which has given them a good, I think that's the first solid hold of a hill we've seen all game, to be honest, and you can tell they're starting to break away now. They've got spawns for P3.
If you could do me a favor and pop the scoreboard up on your screen. Now, what's going wrong for Denial over there?
Replays isn't having the best of games. Neither is Attach. They're both, well, 16 and 30 for Attach and 13 and 30 for Replays, respectively. So they're not really getting it done in the Slaying department, and they're leaving Zuma and Slade Saints to pick up the slack.
Yeah.
I mean, on the other side, it's a team performance. You know, Slasher 34 kills, Aches 38 kills, Patrick Price going big for the lads.
Yeah, I mean, Pat playing through that injury at MLG Columbus.
I mean, that devastating career jeopardizing cut on the thumb, you know.
Hand injury, yeah.
It's a big one for the gamer.
I mean, yeah, for those of you who haven't seen the pictures, they're online, but that thing looked pretty nasty.
I mean, fair play to them, you know. You had Sensor with no thumbs and Patrick with one thumb, and they somehow managed to pick up the win.
Right, I mean, that's pretty impressive. But you see FaZe. What I love about FaZe is the communication, Swanee. They communicate everything. There's no downtime in communication. There's so much information being, swapped between players. A lot of teams you go in on a listen in, or you can hear, their team chat, and they're not really, keeping up that communication. You see on the right-hand side of your screen, Justice pretty handily taking this one, search and destroy. They're at 5-1, which is shocking because Justice only won one S&D at Columbus, I believe.
Really, that's interesting. It is interesting. I mean, online does change a lot of it, because some players, whereas online, they might not be able to make those opening kills, which define the round. Online, it changes everything, those first few kills.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's been a actual strategy thing with Justice. I don't know if it's been a First Blood Online thing with Justice. Their strategies have been kind of lame, to be honest, Swan. I've been watching them a lot lately. Their strategies they've been kind of lame, Yeah, they're doing some basic stuff, but they're able to win that search and destroy. You see, Slack is so happy he's clapping it up over there. That's how happy he is. But let's go back full screen with Apathy's screen. They are just taking it to Denial, and Denial's a team that I want them to do good. You look at the roster and you're like, they are stacked, but something's just not clicking over there, Swan.
I mean, before Columbus, I think they were tipped as, one of the favourites to actually win the event, if not top 3 at least. Yeah. And since then, I think they just haven't lived up to the hype. Whether they were just overhyped or something's going wrong, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think they were overhyped. I just think, they're a little bit thrown off. I think for me, what it is you have Replays as the objective person. You have the other 3 are just so dedicated slayers that I think it puts Attach in some situations that he's not used to. Obviously, at Rise, he was able to kind of do what he wanted. You have Pac-Man do the OBJ work. You had Wheats helping him out a little bit with that, and then also you had Looney doing some support work as well. To where Attach was just kind of like, I can go wherever I want and just focus on kills. On Denial, he can't do that. That's Saints and Zuma's role. He's kind of forced to play around the hill more. It's just different situations he has to fight out of.
I mean, given the fact that they're off host and just won by, 70, 80 points, is that? I think that's quite a statement, game 1.
Oh, yeah, and that was the game that we thought they could lose, potentially.
That's our prediction out the window, folks.
Yeah, that's our first snap out of the window.
Yep. Aches 42, no surprises there. Slasher 38, Sensor 36. That is a hell of a lot of kills, by the way.
Yeah, just a ton of kills for the players from FaZe, and you notice in the defense column, FaZe dominating that, That's really what's going to separate. I think that's what really hurts Denial sometimes, is those kills on the hill. They're just not able to pick those up, and they're not able to hold all that time.
Yeah. Recovery S&D next, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, it's going to be Recovery S&D next, so that'll be actually pretty interesting. After that performance right there, it looks like FaZe could put themselves in a situation to try and get a 3-0 here, Swan.
Possibly. I mean, they are strong at S&D, especially when you've got Pap, commanding the team. He's got experience. He knows how to play those round 11s, those round 10s, those clutch situations. He's renowned as a clutch player. But on the other hand, I think if there's one player who has to make a difference here, it's Replays. He's renowned for, being an incredible sniper, and if there's one map to use it on, it's this.
Oh, yeah, Replays. Last night we saw Replays, Attach, and Zuma all rocking snipers on Solar S&D. So when we come back, we're going to have map number 2 between FaZe and Denial. Stay tuned, guys.